is Kaypacha with the weekly Pele report, an astrological view of what's going on this planet Earth here for August 24th. I'm here on the rocks because it's been a tough week with Mars conjunct Saturn. Saturn is rocks. Mars is beating your head against the rocks. If you feel like you've been beating your head against the wall this last week, join the club. Oh my goodness. Time for some deep work. But anyway, let's look at what's coming up here. Enough about the past. Let's move on to the future. And that future is that the moon is right now in the sign of Gemini. And she is going to stay right there in Gemini until Friday. And we've got her in her third quarter square. Okay, coming up. And that is at 2 degrees, 22 minutes of Gemini. With the sun having just gone into Virgo at 2 degrees, 22 minutes of Virgo. That's why it's a third quarter square, is because Gemini is square to Virgo, if you got that. But then, you know, as of Friday, she moves into Cancer. I'm going to talk about that. Very interesting. And she stays there until Monday when she moves into Leo. Yeah. Right now, as I am speaking to you from the rocks outside Lisbon, Mars is today, right now, exactly conjunct Saturn. I don't know if you saw it out in the night sky, but it's very beautiful. It's right by Antares. Yeah, at the heart of the Scorpion there. There's a little shot of the city. Anyway, after that conjunction, then tomorrow, Mars will be in square to Neptune, because we know that Saturn is in square to Neptune. Well, now Mars and Saturn are both in square to Neptune. Oh my God. Sounds pretty heavy, perhaps slightly depressing. Okay, but let's look at another thing. Because we're also having a beautiful, wonderful Mercury, Venus, Jupiter conjunction. Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, right there next to each other, with each other. Absolutely marvelous. Really going on all week, but Venus is exactly conjunct Jupiter on Saturday. And then Mercury comes up and it stations. You know, it's conjunct Venus, but oh my God, next week Mercury stations to go retrograde. Yeah, that's going to be on Tuesday. So, the only other thing before I talk at the camera here is that Venus on Monday goes into Libra. So, you know, we got this Venus-Jupiter happening at like 28 degrees Virgo, and then she bops off into Libra. We know Jupiter's going into Libra early next week. I mean early next month. But let me sit down and talk at the camera and see what it's about. Hola out there, planet Earthians. What is the buzz? Well, let's see. What I've been talking about, if you've listened to previous Pele reports, you will know that I've been talking about this heaviness of Saturn moving, squaring the moon's nodes and making serious decisions and changing our belief systems and having to tell the truth and reflect on what's a lie and what's truth and who I am in order to, you know, move into the future with integrity. And that Saturn has been squaring Neptune, okay, which is the Gandhi aspect of sacrificing, you know, myself, you know, for the duty and my responsibility to the greater collective. And then Mars comes along and it's more work, you know, and Jupiter in Virgo. Jupiter's more, Virgo is work, and it's just like, Congratulations on making it to August of 2016. This has been like the year of the great purification. Part of that purification is it's hard to carry all that stuff with you, you know, when you're climbing up a steep cliff. You gotta purify, you gotta let go of the non-essential. But I think it's changing. I think the tides are changing. The sun is setting here, and things are moving on. Things are going to be lightening up a little bit, I have a feeling. You know, it's we got Venus moving into Libra, and Jupiter a couple of weeks from now moving into Libra. Mars has completed that conjunction with Saturn. And as Mars moves farther on through Sagittarius, Mars is a fire planet, Sag is a fire sign, and it's freedom, travel, athletics, mountain climbing, river rafting, outdoors, the great outdoors, and it's square Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is the wild. So it's like as Mars moves away from Saturn, things are going to get more wild around here. Yeah? And that can be better and worse in terms of, religious wars or fanatical forms of behavior, but it can also be very liberating, freeing, healing, opening. Neptune in Pisces has no boundaries, no laws, no rules. Mars in Sag is like, yeah, let's expand my reality. Let's expand my world into the infinite. Go, baby, go. But do so with discrimination, with discernment. This is the Jupiter node. Mercury now going to station right there, okay, by Jupiter in the node, going back over, okay, reflection. So we really want to look at this, relationship between, these mutable signs. Again, it's Virgo, Sag, and Pisces are these mutable signs. Virgo ruled by Mercury. And I just want to, how can I say? Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, is the right brain, intuition, non-logical, non-rational, just knowing what I know. I just know this is right. I just know that this is who I am. I just know these things. Mercury, the left brain, is I am in my linear, logical mind, my ego mind that is black and white, right and wrong, good and bad, yes and no, win and lose. When we've got Mercury in Virgo, okay, which it rules, it's very strong, and it's the left brain, and it's a lot of analyzing. And this can be self-analyzing, relationship analyzing, okay, beliefs analyzing, job, it's just like analyze, and that can lead to criticize, and that can lead to judge, and that can lead to condemn, and this is not good enough, and I need to fix that, and I need to work on that, and you put Jupiter. What does Jupiter do? Whatever it touches, it expands it and makes it more. So what am I saying here? Too much thinking. Knock it off. This left brain is a tool of the limited ego, which is 2% of the mass of our brain. It's 2% of our consciousness. The astrology and our subconscious, our unconscious, the collective unconscious, this is 98% of reality. And let's not get caught in that tiny little frickin' 2%. Sagittarius wants to expand. How do we expand? Outside the mind, outside of thinking. It's great. I just did a workshop in France with the Gong Master, Dolph Albers, awesome album, right? And he's talking about how the sound of the gong, it's not just going through the ears. Our whole body receives the vibrations from the gong. I just finished a workshop out here, in Portugal, with Peter and Sue. And here's Peter doing shamanic trance dance, beating the drum, the sound of the drum, 90 to 120 times a minute is the beat, okay, of a shamanic journey where we go outside of the ego, outside of the mind. And then when we put on the music and we do the trance dance, okay, we allow the music to move the body. So here we've got this, you know, all I'm saying is a picture is worth 1,000 words. And when you look at different forms of healing, which is what Virgo is all about, and Pisces is all about, this reconnecting ourselves with the divine, with source, with spirit. Let's do it. Let's leave the ego mind behind. Ooh, that sounds good. Leave the ego mind behind. That's a short mantra. Yeah. Use color, painting, art, dancing, music, sound. Use our hands, do massage, our sexuality, our bodies, and use all of our senses. And really, you know, it's like these are how healing really occurs. You can short circuit the mind. You can bypass. It's not talk therapy. It's not, you know, analysis and let's figure it out and, you know, look into the past and look into the future and look for patterns and conditioning and da-da-da-da-da-da. Do the rebirthing, okay? Do the past life progression. Go to the hypnotist or go to the, you know, go to the massage therapist. Go to the, it's like, get out of figuring, calculating, analyzing. And then we move into the positive aspects of Mars square Neptune. Then we move into the positive aspects of Venus conjunct Jupiter, okay, and that Jupiter on the North Node. And we perform, you know, real surgery, real healing. So the mantra for this week, oh yeah, and there's another side. Well, let me say the mantra first before I forget it. D, 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 D. Because I'm out of my mind. The mantra for this week is, my body is my instructor, teaching me to find the balance of giving to the world and taking personal time. This brings in another dimension that I wanted to talk about. And I talked about this Mars-Saturn and the Gandhi aspect and the giving to the world, and Pisces can be and Virgo can be the martyr, the victim. I'm giving, fixing, healing, working, and we all have been, whether it's working on ourselves or working at the job or working for something. We've been working, Mars conjunct Saturn, working our heads off, filling up the schedule, not having any personal time. Well, guess what? Your body can be reacting negatively, giving you messages, giving you signals, okay, getting that, you know, low energy, not wanting to get out of bed, catching the cold, or even worse, an accident or a broken bone or something. I mean, it's like, don't wait, okay, to get the real heavy reminders. To find that balance between Pluto in Capricorn, okay, duty, responsibility, job, career, vocation, and the Pluto polarity point in the North Node of Pluto in Cancer, my personal home life, my personal world, taking personal time. So if any of us have been erring these past few weeks, if not months, it would be that we've all been working too hard. And this Mars is moving out into Sagittarius. It's going to be square Neptune. It's going to be saying, take off, relax, get a massage, go on a trip, do a workshop, go into silence, but really balance, 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 balance. Balance brings healing. And that's what this Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, North Node in Virgo is all about. My body is my instructor, teaching me to find the balance of giving to the world and taking personal time. Take some time for yourself. Chill out. Relax. Namaste. Aloha. So much love. Oh yeah.